was diagnosed stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, same hormone positive, HER2 negative. I had one student, he told me that his grandma had what I had, but they had to put her down. I feel like I'm one of the healthiest people that I know. I'm 41 years old, and to be diagnosed with this at this age, now this is my new normal, and it's tough and it is overwhelming. I am feeling good enough right now that I do like to go to the gym to work out in the morning, and then I come back, and then I have my 2 kiddos that I get ready for school, and they get to go to school with me. I've been able to show up and still be a good PE teacher now. When I get to school, I am kind of in charge of setting up the gym for everyday activity. And then we have 10 total classes a day, and they're 30 minutes a piece. So everyone gets to have PE every day at our school, which is awesome.
You kick the ball, you become the goalie goes to the end of the line.
After that, I coach basketball. I did coach my daughter and my son. That was kind of my sport that I played too. So I coach both of them throughout the day. I do take like different vitamins and supplements, and I take like 4 times a day. I have another medication, the hormone suppressant, that I get injected with every month at my oncologist's office. And I get my blood work done to make sure that my levels are still good. And then I do get my injection, but I try to do that before school. So I have that usually before school because I've missed a lot of school. So I don't want to miss it if I don't have to. I'm lucky that I'm feeling as good as I feel right now. First time I was diagnosed, I was stage 1 hormone positive breast cancer, HER2 negative. I finished chemotherapy in February of 2025, and I had my exchange, because I had a double mastectomy too. So I had my exchange surgery, and I had to wait a while to work out. And then it might have been 6 weeks. And then after that, I was working out, and I started to get these different pains in my shoulder blade and then in my hip. I felt, and I just kind of blew them off. I was just thinking that I just had to have injured them somehow from working out. And that went on and off for like a couple months. And I just couldn't figure out like why that wasn't getting better, or what I did to hurt it. And that metastatic breast cancer never even crossed my mind. And then I had the pain got pretty bad. It just kept getting worse and worse. The pain would not go away. And then even to sit, it hurt. And so we went to the ER. The doctor finally came in, and he was didn't really have the best bedside manner too. And just kind of immediately was just like, yeah, it's all over. We're assuming it's metastatic breast cancer. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, why do you think? He's like, well, yeah, with your history. And I was still not believing that was true. They did all the scans. I did the CT scans. I did MRIs, like with contrast, without contrast. And I was just in so much pain during all of that. They had me on all kinds of pain medications just to try to kind of keep me comfortable there. They ended up doing a biopsy, and that confirmed it. And it was very overwhelming, very hard to swallow that was really happening. I was in denial, honestly. I didn't believe it. It took me a long time to actually sit with that, and then just cry about it, and just kind of mourn that this is what's happening now. And then just not knowing what that meant. Because if you look it up, if you Google it, it's very scary. My whole family was devastated, and we just thought it was dire. I was thinking like it was going to be a short period of time that I would be here. I didn't know. So it was very scary. And I feel like I just numbed out about it. It was just really hard to accept. I do have it a lot of places, rib, sternum, spine, my femur, and my shoulder blade. And my shoulder blade was one that was causing me a ton of pain too. I actually had a broken rib that they found from the lesions also. There was days that I was thinking like, how am I going to do this? Because I was in so much pain. I had a lesion on my right hip, like right where the femoral head, like so where it went in the hip socket. And so that was causing me a lot of pain. Like some days I had crutches, like I couldn't walk. And I was thinking that was going to be my new normal. I luckily went and met with a radiologist, and they said that they think they could only just do 4 sessions, and they thought that would be able to help me. And I did have to sit down a lot while I was teaching instead of being active like I usually am. And luckily that has changed. I am very thankful that that worked out for me. And then they put me on Kisqali and letrozole, and I was not handling that well. That was just making my numbers just drop completely. So they took me off of that, but I am still getting the hormone suppressant injection every month. Right now I'm just doing the shot, and my oncologist is on board with continuing this since I'm stable. And then we'll probably move on from something else if it does show progression. But her goal for me is to just she says to kind of put it in the trunk, that it's always going to come back. The cancer is going to try to get back in the driver's seat, and that we just want to just kind of keep putting it back in the trunk. I go get my injection every 28 days, and then every Thursday I go to my integrative doctor and do different supplements and stuff with him, and I get adjusted lightly because I do have the risk of having fractures because of my lesions. I can't do the same things that I used to. Like I do go to the same gym that I went to, but I have to modify a lot of stuff. I can't do all the jumping and stuff because I could fracture something because of the lesions. I am tired, and the hot flashes even make me not get as much sleep too. And then the brain fog, I don't feel like I'm as sharp as I used to. And that might be from all the medications that I've been on and the chemo as well. But overall, I am feeling pretty good right now. And I feel blessed to feel this well. I do feel like I'm a positive person, but I am human. So I definitely have those rough days. Like it is hard. And again, that's why I think I try to keep myself busy and being around all these little kiddos all the time. Like it does keep me in a better mood, but I do have those days where I'll just break down and it will consume me, but I just have to try not to sit in that. I used to be a high school basketball coach, and so I had been coaching my little ones, and my goal was to get back to coaching high school again. But then I worry, like, am I going to be able to? Is something going to happen? Am I not going to be able to walk again? Like, I don't know those things. I don't know what's in the future. So I worry about that. And then about 2 weeks after I started dating my boyfriend, that's when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer. That is hard for me to process a little bit as a girlfriend, because like wanting to possibly get married again, it's hard. And he has 2 young kids also. And so for me, I'm like, I don't know, do I even want to put them through that? I hate that. I mean, man, my parents have been through so much because of this. I mean, my sister being diagnosed, me being diagnosed, and then me being diagnosed again. Like, that's just a lot of stress on them. And then my kids, like, I don't think they know how serious this is. And I don't really want them to, though. They just know their mom as a fighter, and they think that I'm just going to beat it again. And I want them to think that. I want to see my kids graduate. I want to see them get married. I want to see them have kids. That's my hope. And I am going to do everything that I can to be able to do that.